So we have these quasi-legal expenses. I mean, the money is going to people who probably pay taxes on it, lawyers and bail bondsmen. But then there are the expenses that are sort of in between. You know, they're under the table, but on the face, there's nothing illegal about these expenses. You know, take all the cash that Ricky's making. Every business just deposits it in their account. Freeway Rick couldn't do that.
Counting $300,000-400,000 can be time-consuming.
How did you count the money? Who did you get to count the money?
Well, in the end, because money became a chore, so I hired a couple girls, and that was their job, to count money all day.
That's another cost of something being illegal. You have to hire people to count it, whereas if you just take it to a bank, you know.
Absolutely. And then you got to worry about if they're stealing.
Right.
Because it's underground.
Right. So if and you can't go and you can't file a claim against your underground drug money counters if you think they're skimming. So even though he's paying these women and they're not explicitly doing anything illegal, like just counting money isn't illegal, but there is also a social cost even here. In other words, these women are probably young, they're coming in, they're seeing this big-time drug dealer, they think this is the way to make money, going into drugs. And that was, of course, also part of this, the social cost of what Rick was doing. Aside from the fact that crack is incredibly, addictive, it decimated inner-city communities, creating the idea that, like, this is the only way out, this is the only way to get rich, that's also a big part of, like, the social cost of drug dealing.
And we should say that as Rick is going through his internal dialogue about his own costs, he did not bring up a lot about the fact that this did devastate cities, and he was partially responsible for it.
Right. Although now he says on his website that he feels bad about that, and he's trying to undo some of the damage that he caused.